Hello, my convicts and convict catchers, the designer of convict, bringing you guys and gals, yes, another video. So today's video is just a continuation, or a little bit of a continuation of another way or method that you can actually test out in regarding to your connection. I'll link in the description below regarding the previous video that I talked about, which is about DNSs, how they work, and obviously what you should do and how you can check on your connection, how you can check on your Ethernet cables and stuff to make sure that they're running at the optimal speeds and so on and so forth, in order to give you obviously the best connection possible to what your connection is. Now, like I've said in the previous video, it doesn't guarantee it's going to lower ping or anything like that. It might obviously lower ping if it's something that had been affected before by the connections you use, but mainly for me personally, it's something that just will make your connection feel more consistent and a lot more accurate to obviously the ping that you get and obviously the speeds that you should be getting, or kind of cutting out the detours and all that and having a straight line connection to you and them, if obviously you are on a congested line or on a line that might be taking you all around the houses and stuff. So quickly, just to give you an example of that, so if we go here, right click, go to terminal admin, click on that. You can use either terminal, you can use PowerShell, or you can use command prompt, however, because they're all the same thing. And then just obviously run a ping test by putting ping space -t, and then obviously the DNS server that you're wanting to connect to. Obviously, this is one that I've got on my computer that I'm running through at the moment. I've got this one, which ends in 9, and the one that ends in 65. And these are really, really good for my connection. If you run the test here, you can see I'm on 26-27 response time for this. So this is a pretty good response. And it is working, you know, as intended. Now, Rio is on YouTube. I just play a lot of YouTube and stuff in the background. Yeah, I've got mobile phones and stuff on in the background, and I'm not connected to NetDuma, so there will be a little bit of fluctuation. As long as they're not going up into the hundreds or anything like that, then it's okay. This is just like a normal congestion sort of line, where obviously if he's playing video, it's obviously going to cause some issues or little variations in speed. Anything like this should be absolutely fine, shouldn't be too much of a problem. So this is the general idea. So hold Control and press C, that stops this test. As you can see, we're on a minimum of 25, an average of 26. Average is obviously what is mainly the most that's coming from the line. So the most of the time it was hitting 26, that would be the average. And the minimum that it saw at the beginning was 25. And then obviously the maximum of whatever it reached during that test, which is obviously 30 milliseconds. So 48 received, 48 sent, and no loss. That's what you want to see. So there's another thing that you can do here. You can actually try out, and it's called Ping Plotter. And I'll bring it up now. Now I've got a free version of Ping Plotter. I'm going to reduce it a little bit as well. Let me just stop this and get rid of that real quick. So you've got Ping Plotter. It'll look a bit like this. The only thing you'll need to change is change interval to 1 second here. Don't put it any lower than 1 second. Leave this on auto. And what you can do here is you can actually go and also test the same thing with DNSs and check out DNSs, make sure that they're running as they should be as well, and making sure everything is good in terms of the DNSs or whatever connection that you're connected to. One thing I have noticed is a lot of people generally use like a specific or a generalized one, like this one, which is Google. If I press on this one, it'll actually start running latency tests on now. If I click on this with the left click, it'll actually expand the field here. And you can see what's happening from the router, which is 192.168.1.1, which is my router. Then it's going to the exchange, where it passes off to the exchange. So this is through my provider. The third one, obviously, is either the provider itself, and then obviously the ones afterwards are going up to Google. As you can see, it's actually showing that along the line here, as it hit number 4, which is part of Google itself, it's actually giving me packet loss. I'm getting 4.7 packet loss. So a lot of people, obviously, if you're using DNS for 8.8.8.8, you might not want to use that because it's experiencing packet loss, especially in the UK anyway. If you're in America and it might not be as bad. But we are getting packet loss from this. So there is a server here along the way, 10, 75, 65, and 1, which is causing up to 13, 14 growing exponentially in packet loss. So there is a problem with packet loss along, and you don't want to see this. You especially don't want to see this red line if it's the first 3. From what I've seen, you know, when I've done research on that, on this, generally the first 3 are your connection to your provider's connection and so on and so forth. I believe what it says is that the first one is your that will be the router. That'll be the router to the PC, and I think that's then the one that goes out to the connection or something along those lines, or that's the modem, and then obviously that is the first connection, and then so on and so forth. But as you can see here, obviously my minimum connection, this will be my router because this is obviously showing the closest one to me. This will be the connection that will be running. I would assume this one's the one that goes to the exchange because it's 26, 25, 26. If it'd be my PC, it would have been pretty low in terms of the average and everything. It would have been at 0. That's from the router side. So that's as it's going from the router, it goes out to the first connection, then you've got the next connection there that it hits to, and then obviously along the lines you've got before, which is causing packet loss. The 17.3% so far that's lost because you how the latency spiked as well there, and you've got jitter as well on the line. There's another way of obviously using or checking out and seeing if there's any versions. You can see here we are getting issues from this. So let me close this one down, this target. So you can even do it obviously for the other connections I've got. So if I use mine, no, that's not it. That's not the right one. It's, which one is it now? If I do this drop down, I can get to it. That one, the 212. And this is one of the resolvers I'm using. And you can see there's only 5 hops. So that is very close to me. This DNS. This is one of the DNSs I use, which is the 9 one, 0.9. There's this 0.9 and then there's 0.65, and these are the 2 I use. So as you can see here, with it being closer, obviously it's going to give me a better connection average, and it's currently running around 35 milliseconds latency at the moment. But as you can see, I'm getting no issues, no packet loss or anything like that. And the connection's running really, really good as well. The latency down here seems to be very, very good as well, which is good. So everything's running as expected. Latency has increased a little bit to 45 there. Again, this could be because Rio's just playing music right now. And I've got some updates. I've just remembered I've got PC actually running updates. So that could be causing an issue, as you can see here. Got pending, because these are pending a restart. I think they're finished now, so it's mainly obviously if Rio's doing anything. Like I said, I'm not using NetDuma right now as well. I'm just using my Zixel. So that's the other thing that I'm using here. But as you can see, I'm getting no issues with this connection at all. So from my connection, which is this one here, and then obviously the other connections is going out. So this would have been my connection here. That'll be the connection as it hits the exchange, I believe. And then obviously these are the servers and stuff, or the hops it takes to get to the resolver, which is also a UK one. So we have got a little bit of jitter here. You can see the latency's increased a little bit to 68 milliseconds as well. I did have a spike over 60 milliseconds there. And there you go. So it's a good way of finding out, obviously, where the connection or the problem is. I think mainly for me, obviously, because I'm on a VDSL connection, it's going to be something that's going to be prone to some form of interference anyway. Because no matter what I do, obviously on a VDSL and being 5 kilometers, so that's 5 kilometers of old school telephone cable, I am going to have issues no matter what. There's not really much getting away with it because it's just the way it is when you've got a VDSL connection or your part fiber. You're always going to have some degrade in the line because as it travels down the copper wiring, it's going to eventually obviously degrade over time. And it's just something obviously that I have to put up with. It's something where, as you can see at the beginning, it was fine. Then over time, it's then obviously started to lose its strength, or it's got worse and worse as it's gone along. So it's something I can't really get away from. It's, you know, it is what it is. It's just one of the things. Even with the 6.5, if I do this one, you'll see on this one again, I was getting a pretty decent connection. We are getting packet loss on this one, so I might have to look into that. %43.8% packet loss apparently on the 0.65. I might have to change to 0.65. But this is a really cool and interesting way of looking at stuff. When you get these kind of things happen like this, then obviously you can look into it and go, okay, this is a problem, then I need to obviously look into this. So if you're having any issues or you feel like the connections are not running very, very smoothly, then definitely recommend coming and having a look at this to see if there is any issues or problems with that particular DNS. And then obviously you can look into trying a different one and seeing obviously if you can find one that might be better and obviously not have the issues that you're currently having to face at the moment until they fix them. Or if it's something like it's a provider yourself, then you can send them information to say, look, this is happening. It's on your side. You need to fix it because obviously I'm getting packet loss. But for me, obviously, as you can see here, this one would be my home one because I'm on 4, 3, and 4, which is my connection at home. And this one will be the exchange. So if I had a problem with this one or this one, then it would be a big issue. Obviously, anything from beyond that, obviously, yeah, it'd be a problem that I would have to deal from my side. But this obviously is before it's reaching its end target. It's hitting a server, and that server is obviously having really, really bad packet loss. So I would have to probably look into getting another DNS resolver that's not going to give me that packet loss at the end there, and hopefully be a little bit better. So it is what it is. Right, I'm going to pause that there and have that for now. So there we go. So I just thought I'd quickly do this video just to show you another way of double checking your DNSs and making sure that the connection's as good as it possibly can be. And then obviously if you've got any problems like you've seen now with packet loss, and maybe look into a different one and see if you could try that. I've noticed I've definitely got it with 8.8.8.8. So if you're on Google's DNS, just be aware that they may have issues. Obviously, you can try out the ping plotter from your area. It's something that's going to be area specific, so you're going to have to try your area, especially if you're not from the UK or in a different part of the UK as well. Is try it out and see what happens. See if you get the same issue, and then obviously take action from there and see what you can do. So, and then change DNS, and you can test them as well, and see if you can improve on that connection. That could be one of the reasons that's slowing you down or giving you problems like it has been. Like I now know that the 0.65 is giving me problems. I can now swap that out. So all I need to do is go to the bottom right corner. Let me just up a little bit. And then go to network and internet settings. And then just go to advanced. Then go to more adapter options. And pull this over. And then go to this properties, go to, it's not configure, it's that one, and then go to properties. As you can see here, I've got the 6.5 as the second one anyway. So the priority one's going to be the 9, but for now I'm going to take off the 6.5 if it's having issues. Like so. Okay, that one. Close that one. There we go. So for now, I'll leave the other one off. I could leave it on just one, but then again, if that one fails, then obviously it's going to fail completely. But I will check into it and check my internet connection settings, make sure everything is running as it should be, and then see how we go from there. So yeah, that's another way of checking. I just thought I'd do this quick video just to get a video out for you guys and gals. Hopefully enjoy. Hopefully this is better. Let me know what the sound quality is like, if it's much louder for you, if it's much better, because I have done a few tweaks and turned off a few things that might have been causing the issue of me having a really quiet mic or much quieter mic than normal, just to double check. And obviously, like I said, I will try my best to improve the microphone sound or quality of sound, but like I said, I have some form of tone deafness. And I don't know how severe that is because I've never had it tested. But I do think it is something that I suffer with, and probably to get it tested, maybe have it checked out. So, yeah. Anyway, it is Addict Convict signing out. As always, I salute you, my convicts, convicts. I salute you as well, my elites. Thank you for being elite. Continue doing so, and I appreciate you very, very much. You can also be one of my elites. It's just $1.99 per month. It gives you access to emotes, badges. I'll be doing Steam codes and giveaways in the future. You get early access to a game I'm currently working on at the moment. That is taking a bit of a backstage just at the moment, but we will return to that very shortly. And I'll continue on doing that as well. Also, I want to be able to do some charity work and help people with dementia and autism. These are things I do circle around good old Kappa here, and I do have family with obviously autism and a family member with dementia. So any help and support would be greatly appreciated. And thank you very much. And again, salute to those who are already my elites. Appreciate you all. Thank you very much for doing the good deed, or the good Kappa deed, and helping to support the channel by paying that $1.99. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And I mean that more than even words can even describe. Even as bad as I can convey that out to you, I do appreciate you. Thank you very much. Anyway, salute to you all. Thank you very much. And yeah, bye for now.